Hi, I'm Tracy Barr. I'm a physical therapist in Houston Independent School District. Today we're going to present a PDF on balance and coordination. What is balance? Balance is the ability to maintain a controlled body position during a task performance, whether it is sitting at a table, walking on the balance beam, or stepping up onto a curb. To function effectively across environments and tasks, we need the ability to maintain controlled position in both static, which means still, and dynamic, which means moving activities. Static balance. Static balance is the ability to hold a stationary position with control. Like in the game of freeze tag, when somebody touches you and you stop, or you become a statue and you can stay standing without falling down. Dynamic balance is the ability to maintain balanced while engaging in movement, like when you're running or riding a bike. What is coordination? Coordination is the ability to use different parts of the body together smoothly and efficiently. An example of coordination is when a gymnast walks on a tightrope or a balance beam without falling. Development of balance and coordination. First of all, you need to be able to concentrate, and that means the ability to maintain attention to a specific task for an extended period of time. Body awareness, knowing body parts and understanding the body's movement in space in relationship to another limb or an object for negotiating the environment. Balance integration. This is simply the ability to use both sides of your body together in a coordinated way, such as walking, climbing stairs, running, or skipping. Development of balance and coordination. Crossing midline, that's the ability to cross an imaginary line running from the child's nose to the hip area that divides the body into left and right sides. It also influences hand dominance. Hand-eye coordination. The ability to process information from the eyes to control, guide, and direct the hands in performance of a given task, such as handwriting or catching a ball. Hand dominance. The consistent use of one, usually the same hand for task performance, which is necessary to allow refined skill development. In addition to the first three that we mentioned, the development of balance and coordination also includes the need for muscular strength, a muscle's ability to exert force against resistance. That's like when you're climbing a tree or doing a push-up or a pull-up. Muscular endurance is the ability of a singular muscle or groups of muscles to exert force repeatedly against resistance to allow sustained physical task engagement. That's a lot of words for if you have muscular endurance, you'll be able to perform the activity for a longer period of time. Self-regulation, the ability of the student to obtain, maintain, and change behavior as needed for an activity. This allows for better attention to task. Postural control, the ability to stabilize your trunk and neck to enable coordination of the arms and legs for a controlled task performance. The development of balance and coordination also requires body awareness, also known as proprioception. This refers to the body's ability to perceive its own position in space. For example, knowing whether your feet are on soft grass or hard cement without looking, even when you're wearing shoes or balancing on one leg. Let's do a quick trick. Close your eyes and raise your hand up. You can tell exactly where your hand is without looking because of proprioception. Isolated movement is the ability to move an arm or a leg while keeping the remainder of your body still. This skill is needed for refined movement, such as throwing a ball one-handed or swimming freestyle. This is a slide that again discusses proprioception, the sense that helps a child with body awareness. Some examples of when a child uses proprioception, other than just sitting still during the day in the classroom, is performing activities throughout the school day. PE activities, getting up and moving from one classroom to another, your child needs to know what their body's doing in space in order to do it with balance and coordination. The vestibular system, which is your ear, you have an inner ear, it helps with balance. So even in sitting or standing still, your vestibular system is working to keep you upright. One very important thing that helps us to balance is our center of gravity. That's an imaginary point around which the force of gravity appears to act on us as humans. The ideal natural focal point of this balance is usually located below the navel and halfway between the abs and the lower back, which is midway between the mass of the upper body and the mass of the lower body. A person's center of gravity can change as that person moves into different directions or positions. There are other things that help us keep our balance. A base of support. This is what you use to keep your body steady. In most cases, our feet are about shoulder width apart, but we can make it larger to give us more sturdiness, like many older people do and many small babies do when they're learning how to walk. You'll see a wide base of support. Or we can make it more challenging, like a gymnast does, on a balance beam. That is a very small base of support, very narrow base of support. We also have an imaginary upside down cone, which is called the cone of stability, and that depicts the amount of movement the upper body can make without needing to step and protect itself from falling. That last comment that I made was a strategy. We have 3 different strategies that help us when we lose our balance. The first one is an ankle strategy. This is the first one that works in quiet standing. The ankle joint itself is designed to move in all directions. Therefore, it's a great first line defense against falls. The ankle strategy is designed to use its surrounding musculature to keep you standing upright. If your balance is disturbed so much that you cannot correct it with the ankle strategy, your hip strategy comes into play. This is when it's not big enough to make you take a step, but it's too big for your ankles to handle it. The hip joint can also move in all different directions. Therefore, the hip is a great joint to defend against falling because it can correct a medium to large balance disturbance. The hips work by swaying and moving the trunk wherever it needs to go so we don't fall outside our cone of stability. Last but not least is the stepping strategy. This is our last line of defense against a fall. This strategy kicks in only when the balance disturbance is so large that the hip and the ankle cannot handle it. The only option to correct yourself is by broadening your base of support. This is the first and only strategy that modifies the base of support and the strategy that kicks in once we fall outside our cone of stability. So let's talk about some balance and coordination activities. How can we make these better? Using unstable surfaces to walk on, examples pillows, bean bags, blankets on the floor, will make the trunk work hard to maintain an upright position. Using unstable swings or moving games, including a suspending climbing ladder or jungle gyms. When the swings move in unexpected ways, it forces the trunk muscles to work harder. Wheelbarrow walking. We used to do this when we were kids. Somebody holds your ankles and feet while you use your arms to walk on the ground. This works on trunk control. Swimming. This involves the body having to work against the resistance of the water, plus provides better awareness of where the body is in space. Remember, proprioception.
These are some fun balance activities using towels.
The first activity is stepping over the towels. So you're going to lift your knee up high. You can go march. Good, now stop. Next time, you could go side stepping each way, and you can slow it down Slow it down, sidestepping. So you want your body to face the opposite wall. Face that wall. Turn your body this way. Now sidestep. Okay, that's the higher version. Can you do it slower? You can add crisscross, or you can do step together. Good. The next one is jumping. So try it slow. There you go. That's with 2 feet. Can you do 1 foot? Can you jump on 1 foot? Can you switch feet? Good. All right. You can even try a balance beam. Not hopping, just 1 foot in front of the other.
Whoa,
Without holding onto the wall. The wall would be cheating. You could even do a zigzag balance beam. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a tug of war. First person over the line loses. You can take a sheet or blanket. Let me sit up, please. Grab at both ends with 2 people. And you can swing. You can also, here, set it back down. Have the student or child get into tall kneel. So show them what tall kneel is, sitting on your knees. Good, and then come. And make sure you have enough material on each side to keep them in safely. You can go different directions. You can have the student lay down. Okay. It's a fun activity. You can also do a magic carpet ride. Have the student sit almost midway through the blanket or sheet. Wrap this end, come around, have the person at this end hold both, and then pull. Wait, you're going up. There you go. A whole new world. You can also make a sleigh to create heavy work. You can use a blanket
and some pillows
in the middle. So go fold the back of the blanket or the sheet.
Whichever one you choose to do.
Yes, over. Thank you, Maddie. And then grab the other end. You can do this pulling backwards. Go that way. Go around that way. So walk backwards. Or you can drag it any way you want. You can also create a fort and crawl through it.
Neither pillow or neither furniture. These are some fun activities to do in painters, balance activities to do in painters team. So here we have a big strip.
You walk 1 foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
You can walk sideways.
On the tight one.
You can walk backwards. You can use stickers or you can draw dots with a marker. Spread them out a little bit further. because you can jump on the dots. A little bit further because you're going to be jumping.
I really got that far.
Well, right there, that's good. That's a good space. A little further apart. And again, you can use stickers or different art materials. A little further apart. Further apart. There you go. I'm thinking it can work. All right, once you make your dots, you can jump on them. You can go a little faster, Maddie. You did a lot of little dots. You can walk on your tiptoes. Go back. You can jump side to side over the line. Try not to touch the line. That was a little silly. Try your best. Try not to touch the line. There you go. You can jump forward and backwards over the line. Make sure your toes are facing this way.
Oops, I need a little more practice.
Okay, and you can practice.
See, I'm having to practice a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, it's really
You
hard.
did it. So you can use small objects to jump over. Yeah.
Down to the car with, again, my brother's outside and it's his favorite.
So squat down more. Put your rear end down. Go back.
See, I need a little practice.
There, that looks good. Good job. You can take big steps or hop or take big steps.
Or you can walk forward, or backwards.
Or backwards, ooh. Or you can hop, big long jumps. You can even make shapes and jump in them.
Triangle, square, octagon.
Good, go back.
Octagon, square, triangle.
You can put a square on the wall. Ooh, that was good aim.
But bad.
Oh, careful, Maddie.
Yes.
Yes, make sure you're not around anything breakable.
Ow.
And you got to stand on the line.
The line? Where's the line? I don't see it. I don't see it.
Right there.
No.
Oh, a little low.
Thank you for watching our presentation on balance and coordination. And a special thank you goes to Maddie Kessler. She was our student demonstrator.